looking at our times, the Occupy Wall Street and other efforts shows us some parallels to what we saw in 1920, 21, and 29. Women demanded the vote not just for themselves. As we sang last week, they wanted bread and roses for men, for women, for children. They demanded the vote in order to improve their families. One of the things being said that was against women's suffrage was if they were busy being political, they'll neglect their children. And yet women's votes have done more to save children. So yes, whenever we see a movement rise up that comes from a bizarre location, women, African Americans, trade unionists, young adults, we tend to think, well, how naive, how foolish. They don't understand. They don't get reality. But if you pay attention and look past the marches, if you pay attention and look past your own reaction to their informal, horizontal, strange, behavioral, non-organized way, the Occupy movement is saying really only two things. They say it differently, but they say two things, and here they are. Too few have too much, too many have too little. That's it. They're not saying how to fix it. They're not saying that they're wicked if you have a lot. They're not saying you're noble if you have too little. They're just saying the nation as it is now structured has too much power, influence, and money in the hands of too few, and too many who have not enough jobs, not enough health care, and not enough housing. This is an unsustainable, unjust, and essentially undemocratic, and finally un-American state of affairs. That's all they're saying. They don't say that making money is bad. They don't say that being rich is evil. They're saying too few have too much and too many have too little for this to be a true democracy. But of course, we're calling them hippies, communists, socialists, because if we give them enough names, perhaps we will not pay attention to them. Like women a century ago who were reviled for behaving in unladylike ways, for neglecting their children, for not understanding things. The people in the Occupy movement are using their presence to do as Arthur Miller said in Death of a Salesman, attention must be paid. But they lack in money, they make up in bodies. Like the People's Campaign in the 1960s, like the bonus marchers of the 1930s, when all you have is your body, that's what you use. And when you put them all together, you're saying